All right. Thank you, Krista, and good morning to everybody watching live, and at least this morning now for those of you watching the recording. And our guest is with us, which you can see maybe sitting in front of me. Alexa, good morning. Alexa, good morning.
Good morning.
Cool.
So what Alexa here is this is an Amazon Echo. So as you can see on your screen, I've got the web page up for that. This is Amazon's, I want to say latest or newest, but it's their only voice-controlled device, basically. If you are an Apple iPhone user, you might be familiar with Siri. If you are a Android phone user, you have Google Now and Google Voice Commands. If you're a Windows phone user, all four of you, or if you are starting to play with the new Windows 10, Microsoft has something called Cortana, which is their voice control. And all of those voice-controlled things are more applications are kind of built into mobile devices or desktop devices. Whereas, and I'll hold this up a little more for the video here, the Amazon Echo is this about 2-pound cylindrical device with a microphone, a speaker, and a microprocessor in it that is basically designed to just kind of sit in your home and act as kind of an assistant and information device and music player. So what I want to do here is kind of walk you through some of its features, talk about some of its questions. I've had it for about 6-8 weeks now. We'll talk costs, we'll talk setup, things like that, and how it works. So let me just give you a couple of examples here before I get into any further. And of course, if you can tell, my voice is a little rusty today, which I think makes it really ironic for doing a voice-controlled device. So we'll talk about some of that. So Alexa, who are you?
I'm an Amazon Echo. You can choose to call me either Alexa or Amazon in the Echo app.
Alexa, how old are you?
I was released November 6, 2014.
So as you can hear, and you can see, when you wake it up, this little light ring kind of shows up at the top there to tell you it's now listening, and we can talk about the listening technology in a little bit. It does have some canned responses. It was originally released back in November of 2014, so this is a really new device. You can find out more about it if you're interested in getting one at Amazon.com/Echo, which is the website I have up here on the screen at the moment. And one of the things you can't see behind our video is at the moment, if you want to buy one, you have to request an invitation. So you basically have to apply to get one. Now, you don't have to really do anything. It's basically like, yes, I have an Amazon account and I would like one. Please send me an email if and when you'd like to sell me one. Okay? You don't have to tell it, any background or anything like that. I just basically said, hey, I want one. I got my invitation. I actually signed up for my invitation back in November. The moment it signed out, I didn't sign up. I didn't know if I was going to, want it. I wasn't sure what the cost was going to be, but I just got my name in really quick. And then in mid-December, I got my invitation via email, and it basically said something like, you have about the next 2 weeks in which you can buy one if you want, or else we rescind your invitation. So I talked to the wife. The list price for this is $199. If you have an Amazon Prime account, it is discounted at $99. And considering Amazon Prime, I think, is now $80 a year, it's cheaper than buying List if you get a Prime account and then you buy it for $99. And there are some benefits to using this if you have a Prime account, which we'll definitely talk about when we get into some features later. So I said, yes, I would like it, and I got an email back saying, thanks, we've charged your credit card. You should see yours in about March. And I said, okay, I guess it's going to take a little while. And then mid-January, I got an email saying, it's been shipped. And I went, okay, fine, send it to me soon. So it showed up at the house, and setup is actually really simple. You first turn it on the very first time, or if you press and hold the power button up at the top, it will go into a setup mode, and the ring will glow orange to show you that it's in a setup mode. And what you then need to do is either on a laptop or on your cell phone, if you install the Echo app, you connect to it over Wi-Fi. So it is sending out its own little Wi-Fi signal to say, I'm Echo number XYZ. you connect to it and you give it what Wi-Fi you would like to connect it to in your home regularly. So I told it, here is the signal for my home Wi-Fi and here is the password for my Wi-Fi. You then disconnect from it and then it connects to your home Wi-Fi. Okay. So when I bring this home and plug it in, it'll go, hey, I know that Wi-Fi signal. I know the password. I'm now connected to the local Wi-Fi. When I first brought it into the office, I had to go back up into setup and say, here's the Wi-Fi signal at the office I want you to connect to. Here's its password.
New place with new Wi-Fi.
Yep, new place, new Wi-Fi. What's really cool now is when I bring it home and bring it to work, it just knows.
Because it learned it the first time.
It learned it the first time and it remembers, so I don't have to give it that password every single time.
Well, that's like my cell phone does the same thing. I can go to a friend's house who I've been to before if I've already told it, here's the Wi-Fi, and it will automatically connect. Even back to my mom's house in New York, it'll
it remembers.
Like that,
so now you can go into the settings and clear that information out if you want to, but not necessary. So setup actually takes, other than installing the app on your phone, the setup of the device takes all of about 5 minutes. That's really not that bad. Once it's connected to the Wi-Fi, it then starts listening. And if somebody wants to ask me about how creepy something listening to you is, we can get into that towards the end of the show. Let's just assume this is how it works. So it does listen for that particular keyword. In this case, you have two choices, but I've left it the default, which is Alexa. And when I say that, Alexa, you'll see that ring kind of lights up, and it now says it is listening to you. And at the moment, it's going to cancel out. Pause. And after I gave it that keyword, it was listening to me. And because I said cancel, it did actually cancel. But eventually it'll start going things like, I don't know what you're talking about because I haven't really given it a command or asked it a question. So there are a whole bunch of commands built in. And I just want to talk about some of those that are kind of useful. And then we'll talk about questions and things like that. Basic commands, time and weather. So you can say, Alexa, what time is it? Alexa, what time is it?
It's 10:15.
Okay, great. Alexa, what's the weather?
In Lincoln, it's 41 degrees with cloudy skies. Today, you can look for showers with a high of 48 and a low of 23.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Okay. Boy, 2 weeks ago we were having great weather. Yeah, okay. Now you can also ask it things like, Alexa, what time is it in San Francisco?
The time in San Francisco, California is 8:16 a.m.
Alexa, what's the weather in Detroit?
Right now in Detroit, Michigan, it's 38 degrees with rain. Today's forecast has clouds and showers with a high of 54 and a low of 39.
Now, I kind of give you some examples there with locations. It does know where I am. In the case of when I asked about the weather, it knew I was in Lincoln. But unlike some of the other services like Siri and Google Now, it doesn't really work well with getting you like local information. Like I can ask my phone, where's a Starbucks? And it knows I'm in Lincoln and it will find me local Starbucks. Alexa, or I just woke it up. Cancel. See, this is the fun part of doing.
I wasn't able to understand the question I heard.
Okay, my rough voice is not helping here today. Let me show you what I mean by this. Alexa, where is Starbucks?
I can't find the answer to the question I heard.
See, it doesn't really do geolocation sort of information. I can say something like, Alexa, how far is it from Lincoln, Nebraska to Omaha, Nebraska?
Lincoln is 47 miles, 75.6 kilometers from Omaha, Nebraska.
But what I can't ask it is directions. And if you kind of think about it, this is not something you would bring in your car anyway.
No.
Yeah, so you wouldn't necessarily want to get directions out of it. Now,
could you say to it, where is a Starbucks in Lincoln, or no?
Alexa, where is a Starbucks?
By clicking the link in the description.